All right, here's another deck I've found and pieced together some new additions on my own. This is based on Urabrask's Forge. I just love this card. It's a lot of fun to play, so try to fit it in a lot of decks as where I can. It's just kind of sweeper proof. They'd have to get rid of artifacts, so obviously stuff like Farewell or things like that can kind of wipe it out. Um, but this deck's a lot of fun utilizing that. I have things to The premise of the deck is pretty much just to compound oil counters onto Urabrask's Forge. A couple ways of doing that. I have this Furnace Skullbomb. It's 1 mana artifact, and then sacrifice a red and a colorless to put 2 oil counters on any artifact. So I'll put that on the Forge. Also, Churning Reservoir. I got 3 of those. Every upkeep, put an oil counter on target non-token artifact or creature you control. I also have these Exuberant Fuselings. If I don't have a Forge out, but I have like a reservoir, I could put my oil counters on those. Those will gain +1/+0 for each oil counter on it. Also, this is really good in conjunction with the Forge because as these tokens come up and then they die at the end of the turn, um, that will also pump up the Exuberant Fuseling. They'll get another oil counter for everything that dies. Charming Scoundrel I have really just to maybe add a treasure token if I'm behind on mana. If I just need that 3rd mana to get out the Forge, then I'll make a treasure token, or if I have duplicates of cards that I'm not going to be able to use, um, then I'll do the discard and draw. I typically don't do the Wicked Roll token unless it's the only thing I have out there, and all the other options aren't effective. Tablet of Completion, just another way to get colorless mana. But you put it out there, put an oil counter on it every time you tap it with 2 or more oil counters. It gives you colorless mana. Once you get 5 or more oil counters on it, you could draw a card with 1 colorless mana and a tap. That's also good. Just having trouble finding anything and just want to dig through your deck. Other things I definitely use to pump up the Forge is this Magmatic Sprinter. Every time it goes out, you put 2 oil counters on target artifact you control. At the beginning of your end step, return the Sprinter to its owner's hand unless you remove 2 oil counters from it. So you could, if this is all you have out, you could put the oil counters on it, attack with it because it does have haste, and then at the end of the turn, you could either take the oil counters off of it and it'll stay in the battlefield, or just remove them, or you could just pull it off the battlefield and redo it all again. So I like to do that. For 3 mana every turn, I'm pretty much pumping up the Forge by 2, which really gets it up there pretty quickly. Added a couple Mechanized Warfares just to get some extra damage in. Nahiri's Warcrafting to take out some of their creatures, especially the Shieldrids and those 5 mana things are a pain in the butt. Also got Lightning Strike in there, a couple Play with Fires. Atraxa Skitterfang is something that I found I really liked. It's a 3 mana artifact creature, 2/2. Comes into the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it, and then before combat, you can take a oil counter off of it and give another creature Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink. Really cool. Once the Forge creatures are getting high up there on their power, you can give them Flying. They already have Trample, so I give them Flying or Lifelink if I need some extra life, or if I just want to avoid their creatures and go over the top. Once this runs out of oil counters, I could continue to pump it up with the reservoir or the Sprinter and just keep putting more oil counters on there. Also have this Monumental Facade. I could add, comes in with 2 oil counters on it. Tap it, add an oil counter to the Forge, the Skitterfang, whatever. I also have the Monstrous Rage on here. Even though our tokens for the Forge already have Trample, I could add a quick +2/+0 plus another +1 due to the monster roll. So if I just need a little bit extra damage to go through their blockers and to get to them, then that can provide it. So yeah, that's it. We'll get into some gameplay. Alright, try this, see if we can dig up a forge here pretty quick, otherwise we'll trash it. Probably not going to use 2 tablets, so I'll press Scoundrel and discard this one. Warfare's good too. Playing a mill deck, so we're going to be out of it pretty soon here. The roll here. Okay, they're just milling us down. All of our forges are probably in that. 1, 2. So we still got 2 more, but we're definitely not going to find it. Oh, that's okay. Well then, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Got 23 cards left. They're gonna mill us down by half again. Then they'll just throw a Jace down. Last 10 cards probably. If we can last one more turn, we'll be okay. They don't have it. We got pretty lucky on that one. Not gonna take any credit for that one. But it's a win. This is a very good start. I like all that. Got our forge, got our ways to pump it, got our other things out that will also be pumped by it. So this is perfect. I'm gonna save the oil from the monument for the forge. Oh man, this is great. Another forge. Perfect. even if we lose this game, if we get wiped, which is probably going to happen. Let's see. Each non-land permanent is value X or less. So they'll be working their way up to 3, so we're going to hold off on these other forges for now. So we can rebuild once they get wiped. Just keep pumping this one up though. You can really see how this deck works. What we're doing. 11 damage right here. They might not be able to get the Silex up to exile everything in time anyway. You see how the Sprinter can just come in and out, pump the Forge up for 2, and then get back out and do it again next turn. See how many of those they got in there. Honestly, I think let's pump up our forge. Pump up our forge. We're at 8. There's lethal. Cool. So that's the perfect aim for this deck. Perfect hand. Doesn't always happen that way. But yeah, that's how that works. Just put our oil counters on the tablet of completion from the reservoir. Get that to where it needs to be a bit faster. I think they're going to have all their colors out and everything they need way before we get anything going here. So not going to matter this game. Kind of surprised I didn't take the tablet for that. I'm going to save the Warcrafting. Double play with fire. And we could draw a card. Cool. That's a good draw. Got a blocker back. I feel like they're having trouble finding what they need as well. Skitterfang would be great right now. Oh man, see, so now we can start pumping up for life gain. Do I do that? Or I gotta get rid of this Archangel. Let's see, so we got 3 for that, then they'll have 4, 5, 6. It's a tough call. I gotta get rid of it, so I think I already played a land. Oh no. They might have it anyway. Not much I could do. It sucks not having any real good defense in this deck. One. Okay. So let's start gaining some life back here. We might not quite be out of it. See if we can get this through. That's fine. Only if an oil counter was removed. Yeah, so we removed the oil counter from the Skitterfang. So we can make a blocker. Or just put the Scoundrel out. See if we can keep them from doing any damage this turn. Let's see. Okay. Really need to dig into my deck. Get some draws here. Okay, so we got another blocker. We might be able to get enough damage out. They do have this block, so they're going to have to block something. Problem is I can't. Can't attack with that. challenging lethal here. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to have to block with their token. Great. And the draws are coming in handy off the tablet. I think they're going to play that Virtue here and pull some stuff out of the graveyard. Archangel. That would be the best move for them. Knock everything out. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think you got it. Let's see what I could pump up here. 5. That's not going to do anything for us. Okay, I mean, honestly, I think they could have wiped me out. But hey, that's a good game. I'll take it. So yeah, I have fun playing this deck. It's hard to climb up the ladder with it because I don't get consistent wins, but you can see that when I am able to get everything out, get the forges down, get some oil counters on them, it just kind of rolls over everything they have. They're hard to get rid of. They have to have that specific artifact removal or the farewell wipe. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one.